All right, chicken stock is probably the most versatile stock to use in the kitchen. It's absolutely incredible when you make it right. So to begin, we're gonna start by prepping our chicken. Just gonna put a little bit of paper towel down because the chicken's been defrosting, a little bit wet. Just got some carcasses here, just from the butcher. They're super cheap. Just ask your butcher for chicken carcasses, some chicken feet. They should have it laying around for you. So you don't have to use chicken carcasses. You can use any chicken bones that you have laying around. You can save them up when you do roast dinners, anything like that. They're very cheap. Whenever I see them on special, I just buy them. So I've got a lot of chicken carcasses here because I'm trying to make the most flavorful stock possible. Look at those. Got a roasting dish. I'm gonna get all these into a roasting dish. Separate them as much as you can. We wanna brown them really nicely. For a golden chicken stock, we do want to brown these, but if you just want to make a basic white chicken stock, like what you use for a basis of all Chinese restaurant cooking, then you can just put them straight into a pot with your aromatics and vegetables. Just as a bit extra, my butcher had some chicken wings on sale, super high in collagen. It's going to make that stock really thick. I've also got chicken feet. Collagen makes a stock thick, and it also adds, like, when you're eating, viscosity is sort of like what carries the flavor. If you're eating something and it's super like runny and gross, even if it tastes good, thickness is just gonna throw you off. Collagen adds that little bit of a boost to help make things just taste a little bit better. What I'm gonna do just with these chicken wings is I'm just gonna take the tips, find the joint and just break it. Same here, we can see the little joint here, find the weak spot. Now you can just throw these in with the other bits. Look at these chicken feet. A lot of people get disgusted by them. I do sort of as well. You can take the fingertips off. A lot of people don't, but I'm going to. Not fingertips, what are these? Toenails. All right, so we've got our chicken now on some trays. Don't need to add anything to them. We can just throw them in an oven at 200 degrees and get them nice and golden. We want to clean our cooking surfaces quite well, especially after we've just dealt with raw chicken. Okay, so now that we've got the chicken in the oven, we can move across to the vegetables for our stock. So pretty simple. Going to be using some celery. Got a leek here. Carrots, onions, and some garlic. Just going to chop these up. Don't want to do them too small, otherwise they'll turn to mush. We just want to get the flavors out of them. So we'll start with the celery. So just give them a bit of a rough chop. Take off these leaves. Make sure you're giving everything a good wash. All right, so I'm just gonna take some of the outside leaves of the leek off, cut off the bottom. Just gonna give it a wash because it's all dirty. You could essentially say that we're just putting a mirepoix in here. Foundations, onions, carrot, and celery. That's pretty much all it is. A little bit of leek. We put in the leek for the sweetness. It's a little bit sweeter than onion is. Got some onions here, 2 white onions. They're not the most common in Australia. So I've got a brown one here as well. White onions are a little bit lighter in flavor than the brown ones. Doesn't matter if you just use brown onions in your stock. Some people put the skins in. That's completely up to you again. If you're crying while you're cutting onions, it means that you need to either sharpen your knife or get one that's a little bit sharper. All right, let's move on to some carrots. Gonna leave the skins on them. Just roughly chop them. All right, and now a bit of garlic. Just add a half bulb like this. We'll put this aside and we'll add it in a bit later. So we've got the veg prepared and the aromatics. Chicken's in the oven, just wait about 40 minutes and we should be good to assemble. All right, so there's about 10 minutes left for the chicken that's in the oven. It's looking nice and golden. I'm going to cook these veg off a little bit, just sweat them down. A little pot here, a little bit of neutral oil in the bottom. We're not trying to brown them, just sweat them. Just put them in. Now, it looks like quite a lot in here, but what I'm doing is I'm actually gonna split the stock to cook between 2 pots because I don't have one pot that's large enough for all of it at once. All right, I've got my favorite tool ever, the Maurice. I'm gonna move our veggies around a little bit to smell a bit sweeter, so we know we're almost there. Just got some juices from our chicken here. I'm gonna throw them in. Just pop that one down here. We've got some beautiful fat down the bottom, and we're gonna wanna get every last bit of this fond off the bottom. This is our other carcasses. Once again, we're gonna get every last bit off the bottom. Just gonna distribute the veg now. It's a lot softer. You can smell the sweetness on it. Perhaps a little bit more than half because there'll be more on that one. All right, now we're just gonna start layering. The aromatics in last, but I've got my garlic here that I'm gonna put in. Started adding in some of these chicken carcasses. Just gonna move this off to the side. All right, so I've just got this heating up here. I'm just gonna deglaze it. As it heats up, it's just gonna start to lift off. Now that's already taken on some beautiful color. Now that we've got everything in here, I'm just gonna top it up. I've got 4 liters of water here. Can probably get a little bit more in there as well. To maximize the yield, I try to put as much water as I possibly can on here. And then I've got just a piece of sprig of rosemary and a bay leaf. Got some of my peppercorn. Just gonna do the same with my other pot here. Now I'm gonna add the aromatics to my other one. I'm gonna start to reduce a little bit, and when I can see that they've reduced enough, I can combine them together. I'll put the smaller one into the bigger pot and I'll cook further from there. So now I'm just gonna let these sit, put on the stove for about 2 hours, skimming the raft from the top. And the raft is just all the impurities and the foam that rises to the top. Want to get rid of that so we can come up with the most perfect crystal clear stock. Now I'm going to be using this little skimmer here. It's just a fine mesh strainer essentially that's flat to skim the scum off the surface. It'll also do a really good job at pulling the oil off as well. If you don't have anything like this, that's completely okay. Just use a ladle and just gently go around the outside and pull it off. All right, so as it's starting to heat up, we can see that we're getting some of this foam on the surface. We can just use a little skimmer to strain it off like this. Put it into the container next to you, like that. And if you don't have a skimmer, what you can do is you can just grab a little ladle and just with the edge, push down the chicken. Just grab that little scum in there. Just pick it up like that. All right, here we go. It's been about 3 hours and our chicken stock is ready. Moving this to the side, I've got just a container here I'm gonna store it in. I've got a chinois, you can just use a strainer. I've got some cheesecloth, which is gonna help protect the chinois from the impurities. So just gonna pour it in now. All right, just straining this one out now. Now, you can probably keep this one in the fridge for up to 3 days. It will solidify because of the collagen in it, which is great. You can freeze it for pretty much as long as you'd want, I'd say. How I like to store it is in these little pop-out 1 cup cubes, exactly 1 cup. I'll fill them up, put the lid on, freeze them. I can grab this out of the freezer. I'll sit it in warm water for a bit, and then I'll just pop out as many as I need to make the sauce.
And there you have it. Golden chicken stock, made from scratch and packed with flavor. Whether you're using it in homemade dishes or just sipping it on its own, this stuff is a total game changer in the kitchen. If you learned something new today, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, drop a comment if you have any questions, or if you want to share your own stock tips. And of course, please subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching me cook.